Hello, this is Fabiola Giordani from FabiolaGiordani.com, your creative brand designer and marketing strategist here. And today we're going to talk about how you can utilize MailChimp to grow your email list or for your email list. And we're going to go over a few things about MailChimp. So the reason why I choose MailChimp, why you should have a email marketing system, how to set it up. We're going to also talk about pop-ups and some few extra features that MailChimp gives you for free. Even if you don't want to pay for auto responders, how to at least get one autoresponder out for free with MailChimp as well. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you some of the back end of my MailChimp account. Of course, completely just the basic stuff, but it's going to be very powerful information. So let's get started. So this is MailChimp here. If you can see, I hope that you can see my page here. So if you want to go to MailChimp, you just go to MailChimp.com and you'll land on the features page, and it'll talk about how MailChimp will work for you. Okay, so MailChimp, the reason why you should have an email marketing system, I remember I was scoping the other day and someone was saying how they sent email blasts to their list via their Gmail. That's actually illegal. You should have an email marketing system because the purpose is to make sure that we're not running around like the Wild Wild West on the internet. We want to make sure that people said yes. They raise their hand and say, yes, I want to hear from you and I'd like to get more of your broadcasts, if you will, from your emails that you send to me from your business. Now, you can send emails one-on-one to clients or to a group of clients, but if you're doing email marketing for your business, it needs to be with an email system. There are so many other ones like Mad Mimi, Aweber. There's a lot of them that are paid, unpaid. So it's up to you to decide. But I love MailChimp because they are entrepreneur friendly. They really make it easy for entrepreneurs to run their business without the cost of a large fee, overhead, and all that. Some of the things that I love about MailChimp is that you get the first 2,000 subscribers for free. So if you're just starting out, you're just building your list, it's a great place, a great platform to use to do that. Another thing that I love about them is that even if you get the autoresponders, which we'll talk about a little bit in this training, they basically give you the autoresponders. You get the autoresponders, but you're only billed for the number of people on your list. So I think $10 is for up to 500 subscribers. At 501, then I think you pay like $15. So they don't charge you, let's say, $300 and you only have 5 emails. They make sure they charge you according to the subscribers, which is best for you because you get all the features at $10. You just the max, once you get more than 500, then they'll charge you more. But in the beginning, if you're just starting out, I'll show you how to use not really an autoresponder, but a way to send your gift or free gift to your subscribers without having to pay for the MailChimp for now. But I do suggest getting autoresponders when you're doing like a sequence of emails for maybe a promotion, a launch, or something like that. But in the beginning, you can use that. So this is the MailChimp system. The prices vary, so as your business grows, the charge will be different. Well, another thing I love about MailChimp before we go into the back end of MailChimp is that they have a support knowledge base. So this training, as much as I would like to give you everything, they have all the answers. There are quick answers, a glossary, video tutorials, which I love. They're super quick and easy to use. And when you're brand new to MailChimp, when you first sign up, they actually give you an option to opt into an auto sequence of what to do as a newbie on MailChimp. And if you said no, then you can always come back here to Knowledge Base and learn more about how to use MailChimp. So we'll click on that so you can take a peek. It's a lot cuter when you get those daily emails from MailChimp, but you can come here and you can see these the basic articles about it. So before you start managing your list, building a campaign, and viewing reports and how to understand that. So it really helps you get an understanding of how to use MailChimp, okay? Let's go back. And then they do have a blog that they write. I believe it's weekly on MailChimp here, and it gives different content that you love to learn, and of course more. Once you sign up, there is a way that it shows you like different themes from other people that you'd like to, if you want to design like your MailChimp templates like that, it'll show you that as well. So I'll show you how to design a template as well and make it super easy. So you can track your analytics. This is a screenshot of workflow for email autoresponders, so on and so forth. So MailChimp makes it easy to run an online business and to do online marketing. And it now integrates with a lot of things like PayPal, Eventbrite, a lot of different platforms that you can use. So let's go into the back end of my MailChimp here. I believe it's this one. Okay. So I'm going to go to, the first thing I want to show you is how to add a list. So you're going to go to list here. You'll see all of the different lists that I have. Create a list. Okay. You're going to create a new list. And it gives you the warning. Do you really want to create a list or do you want to segment your list? So that's a good thing. But this is for a newbie who just started or someone who wants to add a new list. You give the list a name, default name, which is what email, if they wanted to reply to the email that you sent them, where would it go? So it usually is my email, my name here. This reminder is important because, like I said, it's illegal for you to just add people onto your MailChimp. So it's really important for them to know whether they opt in. Mine is a standard. You've opted in either on your website or one of our webinars, free training, because I do that. And then I also like to get daily summaries and not one by ones. Just a warning, when people opt out of your list, it's okay. That means you're one step closer to getting the list of your dreams with people who want to hear from you. So this is a sample of a list that I created earlier on a Periscope that I was doing. I realize now that maybe doing it on ScreenFlow. Is it ScreenFlow? Yeah, ScreenFlow is a lot better than on Periscope. So if you were watching the Periscope earlier and you couldn't see, you could break it up. This is perfect for you. You can watch it. All right, so we're going to add subscribers. You can add subscribers and import subscribers, but I wouldn't suggest adding them. Importing, let's say you're coming from one list to the next, or maybe you're going from Aweber to MailChimp. You can import here. So that's what it would be used for. So go to sign up forms. You go to general forms. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is you want to design this. I've already designed this on the Periscope, but I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty simple. So the first thing you want to do is build it. So I usually just collect email addresses and first names. But let's say you are an offline company, you are a cupcake shop, and you give free cupcakes on people's birthdays, and you send them to your website to opt in to this MailChimp list. But you want them to give you their birthdays, because every time like the month of June comes around, you can pick out all the people on your email list who are born in June. You can send them emails specifically to them because they're born in June, and they get a free cupcake because they're on the list. So you would send out an email blast for June, say, Happy June, it's your birthday. Here's a coupon to come in, bring your ID, or whatever the case may be, however you identify if it's their birthday. And because it's good, here's what it's good for. So once you add all of these different fields that you want to hear from, that you want from people, like the birthdays, it makes it easy to segment and only send to people with the June birthdays, right? And that way you know for sure these people, and you don't even need their IDs. So anybody with the name and email that brings that specific, excuse me, let me close this. That brings that specific, like let's say email to you and said, oh, it's my birthday. You can see that it's their birthday because they were on the list or whatever the case may be. You can add zip codes. If you didn't want any of these fields, all you have to do is just double click on it and it gives you a plus and minus sign. You can delete it. All caps. Oh, right here. It has to be all caps, delete. Okay. Delete fields. So I don't want zip code. I just want name, email, and birthdays. Okay. All right. So how to design this to make it easier. So once you build it, you add what you want. You can add radio buttons. So let's say you want to ask them a question. How do they hear from you? Check boxes, whatever the case may be, you can do that. But this is an email system. You don't have to, but you can. Now you can design it. So what I like to do for mine, I'll show you an example of my templates. I like a black background, an image up here. Keep this white, and sometimes I have a different color button. So I use a black background. All you have to is click on the code here, the hex code, and you can drag and drop the little icon anywhere. Or you can add the code here if you know the codes for your colors. Maybe not this. Let's make it black or something. All right, now you can go to the header, which is this part here. It automatically comes really gray and ugly with like the name of the list. So you can change it to add a picture here. And that's what I did. I already had a picture in here in the system, and I did that. Okay, I'm just going to click out of that. All right, and then outer wrapper, which is out here. What do you want? But I wouldn't worry about that. I just make it none. The body of the actual email, which is here, I want the background to be white because I have a black or darker background. And this comes with your branding color. So once you have that information, it's easier for you to just design it based on the colors you have. The form, which is what really the real importance here, what I like to focus on the most. So the button can be one of my branding colors. Most people don't know I don't use a lot is red. So the button could be red, and if they hover over it, it could be purple. Purple's not my color. It's just an example I did earlier to see. It looks different, so you can see the difference. I like to use, so the field names, I like to use Georgia because MailChimp, these are the only fonts that it offers. That's it. So you have to use which fonts really correspond with your brand for now. Georgia is not one of my fonts for my brand, but in MailChimp, that's the one I have to use. It's the most feminine looking one. So as you can see in this picture, these are my brand fonts that I use the most. Field text. So these are the field labels are this, and field text is when they type. I want it to be Georgia as well. I can't type in it. And then where are we? Oh, design it. So field text, required button, like what color do you want it to be? That doesn't matter to me. Required legend is that little notification that says which part is required. I hid that. These are help text and errors. They're really self-explanatory. Translate it is what I wanted to talk about. So you see how the button says subscribe to list. If you ever want to change that to put one of your quirky button names like I want in or let's rock, something like that, you can do that here. So you would go to translate it, and then you would go to let's rock and subscribe. So it's going to change. Once you save translation, it's going to come from sign up for the list to let's rock. All right. So that's a way to customize it to make it your own. Now, I was talking about how to give you automated emails or one automated email, not emails, without having to get the autoresponders right away if you're just starting out. You would go to final welcome email and you would check off that you do want to send it. So what happens is after you opt into the MailChimp, so they opt in, then they get a confirmation asking them to confirm. Then they get a confirmation saying, oh, you're good to go, you're on the list. You can now send them an extra email with a gift that says, like an automation email, but it's only one. And it says, it gives you this basic information. This final welcome email just says, your subscription to our list has been confirmed. And it gives you the name, email address, name, and birthday, right? What you can do is you can actually add additional information to this. You can actually write a letter on here. All this beautiful white space, you can add some information. So I'll show you how one of mine looked for one of my lists. Okay, so let's go into, I want to show it to you guys. So give me 1 second. I'm going to pause it because I don't want any other emails shown on this recording. Give me 1 second. All right, so let me show you. This is my main list. I've pruned it a little bit. And I have different lists with different people on them. But this is the main list. So this is how the actual opt-in looks. Okay, when you go to Facebook, you can opt in. Look, it looks like this. And I'll show you that in a moment as well. So this is a final welcome email that I have set up. So when they get it, I typed in here. So remember the basic one I just showed you? This is another one. So they would go here and they would get the thank you email and that information, so on and so forth. Okay? So that's how that particular email looks. All right, so we're going to go back to lists and we're going to go back to Fabiola Giordani test. All right, so that's basically how you designed a MailChimp setting. So what I wanted to talk to you was about the templates. I did have a few questions about that. I designed my template based on what I wanted to feel like. I wanted to feel luxurious, even though it's MailChimp and it's free. I want it to be all pretty. So I still have my same header. Now, what I want to say is that I recently read an article about email marketing, and it said that having so many images and links sends your email automatically, most likely will send your email automatically to a spam folder or promotion folder. So I'm thinking about restructuring the design to remove a lot of pictures. Because I do add more pictures. So to help out with my emails not going into, I don't want them to go into the promo box, I will do that. All right, so what I want to recommend that you add to your list is that to your templates, are like how to connect with you beyond your email list. Because, you know, if you email once a week, people might want to be with you on social media daily. I right now have Instagram down here. I'm also going to add Periscope and my Facebook group. Another thing you can do is add your bio down here. Let people know because more about you. Sometimes people opt in, they don't really know. They know what you do and what the business is about and what they're opting in for, but they may not know what you do personally sometimes. And it's also a great reminder for new people in terms of, let's say I forward your email to a friend, then that friend will have access to my bio. Also, other things you can do with this, you can create different templates, but I would recommend having like maybe a work with me, sign up a free session at the bottom. Even if it's not a picture or a bio or something, it could be like a link. I would recommend you do that on here, okay? This is just a sample of what I have. As I have different templates, but this is the most recent one, the only one that I want to use. You can also get reports here. I don't really check those, but you can see what's working, what's not working, how many people are opening your emails. And you can get reports on a specific list. So let's say you want to clean up your list and you have a bunch of people who are really just not opening your emails. There's no point of having them. I much rather have an engaged list than a list of people who do not open my emails. Okay. So the other thing that I was asked was how to add MailChimp to your Facebook page. So you would go here into Account, Integrations, and from Integrations you would go to Facebook, and it will ask you for the first time to connect to your Facebook. Okay, once you connect to your Facebook, you're going to go, which page do you use? I have different pages. I only use one, so it'll be Fabiola Giordani. Which list do I want to use? Which is my VIP main list. And then also it would ask you to, let me see. Oh, the theme defaults. So if you go to facebook.com, take a peek. Give me a second. Facebook.com, and you go to my Facebook page. There's something called Newsletter and Free Gift. This is taking a sweet time to load. So newsletter and free gift, it will look like this. I know you guys can see me. I'm on camera. So newsletter and free gift will look like this once it loads. So it's the same thing that I created in MailChimp. So it pulls it up here. If you don't want to design your MailChimp and you just want to have something up, you can use the Facebook S theme. I don't like how it looks. It's so plain and boring, so I'm not even going to show you. You can test it out yourself. Pretty easy, and you can test the connection once you're done to make sure. All you have to do is once you save it, just refresh your Facebook page and it'll show up for you. Here's another place where it will be. So if you scroll down on my page to the left side, you will see, oh my goodness, so slow. See where it says the newsletter and free gifts. So that's also MailChimp. If you click on it, it takes you right back to this. All right, so that's how you integrate it. It's really simple. So that's one thing we want to talk about. The next thing I want to talk about is pop-ups. So if you go back to list, so MailChimp actually gives you free pop-ups for your website. You don't have to pay for it. I actually use, this is from Lead Pages. I use Lead Pages. I did have MailChimp for a week. I didn't like the way it looked, so I didn't use it. But I know it didn't feel right to me. I didn't like it, but a lot of people use MailChimp and it works perfectly fine. So MailChimp pop-ups, you go under sign-up forms. Scroll down, it says subscriber pop-up, and it's completely free, even when you don't pay for an account for autoresponders. So this is something I created earlier on Periscope. All you have to do is choose a design. So I chose where the picture is to the left side. And then once I did that, I went to fields. I chose which fields I wanted on the pop-up. Then I went to content. So I wanted a picture, so I used a picture from my last webinar up here, a screenshot. And then I added the body. So on the body, I wanted to say, get on the list and get a free gift. I just wanted to do it quickly. And this is how it would look when you save it, okay? So when people go to your website, a pop-up like this, it'll have the picture. It would have the information here and the name and email and I want in or let's rock or whatever the case may be. You can come and update the pop-up width as well, because right now it's super long. It's 980. but you can make it shorter. But be warned to not, this is the custom automatic width, so you don't want to mess with it. And it asks you how fast do you want the pop-up to pop up immediately when someone comes on your website, or up to 5 seconds. Because after 5 seconds, if someone's not interested in your website, they'll click out. So that's why it's only up to 5. And then you can publish it right here and go from there, okay? And that's pretty much it with autoresponders. Again, this is or autoresponder I'm not using. I just wanted to show you guys with this Fabiola test list here. All right, the next thing I wanted to show you guys, last but not least, is automation. So today, as I was on Periscope, I didn't have automated emails anymore. Although you can see automated emails already set up here from the past. Once I reactivated it, brought it back up. So I was just like, okay. Because I do have a different system that I wanted to use, but I don't anymore. So I'm going to start this over because I did this earlier, but I'm going to delete this so I can show you guys how to do it from scratch. All right, so I like to use 2 different types of automation sequences to make my life easier because they're easier to use. It's not rocket science. I don't want to make it complicated. First thing you want to do is choose which list is going to get this autoresponder. So in this case, it's Fabiola Giordani test. Next, you're going to choose which workflow you want to work in. There are so many different types of workflows, and I love that MailChimp already customized a lot of them for you, but the 2 that I use is either welcome message, when I want to send my new welcome email, or a welcome series. So if I have a series of things that I want to give, like a free video, audio series, what else? Or even if my series is to set up something on the back end, like my leads, that's fine. I only use the 2. You can use different types of automation, like based on the date. So send an email based on a date the subscriber was added to your list. You can use this the annual recruitment event. So for a special event or a birthday. So we're talking about the cupcake shop, right? For every birthday, they can use this automation. So that way it automatically sends this to them. So let's say you do the birthday one. So you choose, I want to do the birthday sequence. Automatically on their birthday, they get that email. So that way you don't have to go back in and be like, let me run a report to see whose birthday it is. Make your life simple. So that's what that is. But let's talk about what we would want to do, a basic email sequence. So normally I don't use welcome message. I sometimes use it. I use welcome series because it has what I need. You can send educate emails as well. Like if I wanted to break this up and send like 10 emails on MailChimp, I can. I don't think I would. So you want to name the workflow. So we're doing testing, MailChimp testing. Okay. And then name email. Do you want to do Google Analytics? Do you want to track plain text? So it gives you learn more and learn how to do it. Okay. And then I click next down here. Let's make this fast, everybody. So this is all how you trigger the workflow. So imported subscribers are basically people who are, let's say you had Mad Mimi and you're moving to MailChimp, you can import those people over. So anytime you add people from an imported list, do you want them to receive this sequence? If no, then you wouldn't check this. You could add segments, but you have this list doesn't have anybody on it, so it won't let me do that. But you can. Maybe I like to segment my list based on month, time, and date, like, when people opt in. So anyone who opt in before or after the 23rd or something like that, that's what I do. Okay, so in terms of every day, the email sequence should be on. So if I'm sending like 3 emails for my free or 4 emails for my freebie, I want them to opt in on any day and get it. Or you can make it, I only want them to get it Monday through Friday, which I wouldn't recommend just because if I opt in on Sunday, I don't want to wait till Wednesday to get my email. That's silly. I'm not going to be interested anymore. So what time should the emails be sent? I want the first email to be sent as soon as possible, and then click next. Unless you want them to wait. But again, if I opt into your email, I want my first email. Like even a welcome email telling me, hey, buddy, thank you for joining. You're going to get your emails telling me how the flow is going to go. Something. You have to keep them engaged. That's the whole point of the sequence here. All right. So this is the people who subscribe to Fabiola Giordani test. And you have the option. So here's the beautiful thing. Even though you choose to create a whole sequence, you have the option of saying, I just want it to be 1 email. When they opt in, or I can do 5. Or you can do 1 email and add more emails. It's really up to you, okay? So I'm going to choose I want 5 emails. And I know you can delete emails. So let's just say out of the 5, I really just wanted 3. And I just put it all that for no reason. I'm going to delete. Okay, and I'm going to delete this one. All right, pretty simple. So I got 5. I don't want 5. I just want 3. Bam. Roger that. Successfully deleted. And then you can always add emails later. So it's not a big deal if you delete them and you want to add them again. These are blank emails, completely blank. All right, so first thing you want to do that you don't want to forget is you want to change the delay. So I want them to get the first email immediately. So the first email, I'd like them to get it immediately, okay? Because I already said that in front end, but it won't do it if I don't trigger their email to go out in the first immediately. So as soon as they confirm that they want to be on my list, bam, I want them to get that first email. Then I don't want them to wait 3 days till they hear from me. So I'm going to change this delay to 24 hours for each email. So send 1 day after the previous email. I want to apply it to everything else after this, okay? See how easy that was? So, oh, no, I did it to all. So we're going to change this first part to immediately. Sorry. All right, so immediately they opt in, they get email 1. Then 1 day later, they get email 2. Then a day later, they get email 3. I'm going to only do 1 email with you. So all you have to do is click on Design Email. Subject line. It should be really a captivating subject line. Testing. That's captivating for me. All right, we're going to click Next. At the bottom right, and then I already have templates, right? That's why you should already have templates done. Just go in here, pop in my template. I don't have to do anything to it. Again, like I said, I'm looking to simplify after that article, but I would just, template already has their name, so hello, thanks for joining, and welcome. So this is not a real email sequence. You put all your email in here, what you want to say, the free gift, so on and so forth, and you close it. Click Finish. Bam, email 1 is done. So once they opt into this particular email list, Fabiola Giordani Test, they will now get this first email immediately and then the following emails afterwards. Now, you have to design each email after, because if not, it's only going to send 1. Or it's going to send them something blank. So you want them to have something. So when you're doing this, sit down, make sure you pre-write your emails, make sure you get them proofread and all that first, and then you can go about doing so, just setting them up. It's really easy if you do the pre-work. Once you're done, you can send a test email, and send a test email. I usually send it to myself. You can test all 3 if just a specific, choose which one, and you can actually rename these, so it doesn't have to be automation email 1. You can change it if you want to. I would recommend it. Just keep it simple. And then you can save and exit once you're done. So once you're done, you're going to click Next. I'll go through the whole process with you. Before sending, we have issues to resolve. Basically, I didn't set these 2. It really reminds you. And then once you fix the issue, it'll give you the option to start the workflow. But this is just an example, and I'm not doing it, so I'm not going to bother. So that's basically it. So we talked about pop-ups, we talked about automation, and we talked about how to add it to your Facebook page. Pretty simple. You can look at the reports yourself later. Again, if you have specific questions that I couldn't answer for you, Knowledge Base is your best friend. And they make it really easy. If you don't want to read anything, like for me, I like to read, but sometimes I just want the answer right away, right? I just go in, I find the categories that I'm interested in, or I have a question in, like automation, and it gives me the videos, and I basically go through the videos and see which ones pertain to my question. And I don't know if you guys know this, Mailchimp is super customer friendly. So what they will do, one time I remember I had a specific question and I emailed them and they emailed me right back. Of course, I got my first automated email saying, hold on, we're a little busy, we'll get back to you. But within like an hour, I got an email answering my question from an actual customer service rep. So they are entrepreneur friendly. They want to make sure that you're running your business and you're as effective as possible, and of course making email marketing easy for you. So I do hope this training was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, or a good outburst. You know, I do love a good outburst. And of course, you can join me on Periscope daily. You can find me at Fabiola Giordani if you're watching this from YouTube or something. And of course, join the VIP list. Although this training is available for free for you, no problem. But I would love for you to join me at FabiolaGiordani.com right here. Bam. And when the pop-up comes up, enter your name and email, and you'll get some trainings like this delivered to your inbox, and you'll never miss an update. And of course, like I said, join me on Periscope, my new favorite place to be. I love doing the training on Periscope, but it really wasn't that great. So hopefully you guys got a good chance to learn something new today about MailChimp. Any questions, feel free to post them below this blog post. All right, bye everyone. Thank you so much for watching.